Welcome to John GN TV Top Stories. We have in the show Hamda. She's an Emirati young girl, just 23 years old, and she has done a lot in just that little life or that short time she has been on this world. So we are here so that she can inspire us, she can inspire the young people and the people of this generation. So we are here. Hamda, welcome to the show.
Hi, John. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. And Hamda, maybe you can speak a little bit about yourself so that we can go with the flow.
So, my name is Hamda, obviously. I'm an Emirati girl, 23-year-old. In a couple of fields, I do charity work, racing, drifting, a couple of businesses on the side. And yeah, that's a good, easy introduction so far.
Amazing, amazing. Oh, that's an amazing introduction, Hamda. And we want to start your story from when you are 14 years.
Yes.
So from 14 years, what were you up to?
Ooh, 14 years. At 14, I got my first car. Obviously, I had no license, but I worked in an event for 5 days, and they paid me 5K each day. So I bought the car.
Wow.
Once I got that car, at the age of 14, it made me reach where I am today, in this field, with modifying cars and racing, drifting, and all the things I'm doing now.
Wow, fantastic. Just at the age of 14, you already made your first few, you made your salaries, you made an earning when you were 14 years. And which grade were you at, if I may ask, in education or in school?
14?
Yeah.
Probably like 10th or 9th grade.
Okay.
Yeah, in a British school, American British school.
American British School. That's amazing. I think in Dubai, what can you say about the Dubai education, whereby the young people like you, by then 14 years, you have an opportunity to get into something that you're falling into or you're falling in love into. How is the curriculum? What can you tell us about the education, the curriculum, and the curriculum the young people are studying in the British American school, for example, and young people who are studying there, what they get into, like for example, golf, and you getting into drifting?
At a young age, when it comes to education, I didn't focus that much on it. I focused on just getting good grades and graduating. That's it.
Amazing. That's so good. Yeah.
And by the way, the school is in Sharjah, not in Dubai.
Ah.
So it's kind of different cultures.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's so
Way
good.
different there than here.
Yeah. That's so good. All right, I understand now. I understand. Now balancing, because I asked this question because of balancing between the school and the sport, and now I can see through your focus on the sport and your grading, you have been you have achieved a lot. Now let's go now a bit deeper to the sport itself, that is the racing. So how did you discover it in you? How did you discover that you can do racing?
How did I discover this?
Yeah.
How did I discover this?
Oh,
Okay, you
yeah.
know what?
Yeah.
I have this craving for adrenaline.
Wow.
It boosts up my everything, energy, mental state, everything. So from racing, I got that feeling from it. But as I said, at 14 it was the first car. I started racing by 15, 16, the drag racing, like the real races.
Wow.
But we started illegal first, obviously, in the streets. But you know, I built a reputation in racing, and then slowly I reached here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see from all that inspiration, you sporting in the desert, and you fall into love with this game. I have seen you appear into Netflix on a drag
Yeah.
racing 400-meter competition. How did you feel about that, and how did you get into that?
That was one of the best races I've ever experienced because in that specific race, they make us build our own cars. And if you know how to build cars, you will know how to put the amount of power to win over other cars. And with me, I had a pickup truck against supercars. But before that, you asked me how did I get there?
Yeah.
They contacted me on Instagram.
Wow.
Yeah. But I didn't check my DMs until I crashed my bike, and then I was recovering in my house.
Wow.
So I was bored and looking through my requests. I'm like, who's this? Netflix. He said, okay, do you have a car from 400 HP until 600 HP that you can race with? I'm like, okay, I had another car that I used to race with, but it had methanol, and they told me that I can't enter race with it. So I built my off-road car and turned it into a drag racing car in 2 weeks.
Wow.
To race on Netflix. And I blew up one engine, 3 days before the race.
Wow.
So I fixed a new engine 3 days before the race, did not test the car. That exact day when I raced, it was the testing day for me. So everything went weirdly synchronized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. And now this is Netflix, and it's one of the biggest media during our time. And you getting into a competition with these men I saw.
Yeah.
How is it competing with the men? Didn't you feel like how was your experience with these men? How do you think they were taking you through this competition? Do you think they were looking down at you?
Some of them, yeah, did judge me and laugh and all. But for me, it wasn't something weird because I've never I've never competed with a girl in my life. So I'm used to winning over guys. But for them, they saw me, young girl, and I was shy. But not only that, I had to act shy because I wanted them to underestimate me. So they did, and I won the first race. But they judged even more because I was racing with a pickup. And they have sport cars. Their cars are professionally built for drag racing. Mine is built in 2 weeks. Like, in 2 weeks. And it's a pickup. And I won. That's why I wanted them to underestimate me, because I know the power in my car, and I know the power in their cars.
Yeah.
And even one of the cars over there, the Mustang, they have the same engine.
Wow. Wow.
So it's all about what you know, or how, it's all about the knowledge that you have into modifying that car for you to win. Other than that, people lose if they just build cars without knowing,
Yeah. Now, Amda, you said that you took 2 weeks to build this car. Who did help you to mechanic or to change the engine to work on your pickup so that you get into that Netflix fastest show? Who did help you?
The mechanic. Yeah, he's a guy called Eddie. He works with Ford. So he was the guy helping me. And we were fixing it in his garage.
Wow.
He helped me with all of that because I don't have the manpower
Yeah.
to fix an engine by my hands. I can do little stuff, but like,
Wow.
not with these hands.
Yeah.
So he helped me a lot. Without him, I wouldn't have raced there at all.
Amazing. That's so far so good. So and how does it feel to compete in the desert? Like, for example, I see you on your videos, you are literally, running over the sand, the desert sand.
Yes.
Not on the highways, but you go to the challenge itself. You just go there. I see you in the pickup. How does it feel like?
It feels normal because I used to go to the desert ever since I was actually 14.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's like a hobby.
Wow.
Freedom.
The hobby that gives you now a career. And what amazing story. For you to do the drifting or racing, I have seen you also in the Formula 2 competition when you were 14 years or 15 years.
Skip that. That's too deep.
Oh, that's deep, eh? Okay.
You can cut, yeah?
Yeah, I can cut. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Drifting, racing.
Yeah, for drifting and racing, for you to get into that competition or for you to get into that action, because this is action, because I have seen you on NBC Action, I have seen you on racing all over the world, I've seen you on motor racing and Formula 2. Do you have a specific training that you need to get into for this action?
Yes. Each race is different. Like we have drag racing,
Yeah.
we have track racing, we have roll race,
Yeah.
we have drifting. Each one has its own techniques, own formula, own training. But one thing that's connected is your mental health
All right.
and your awareness.
Okay.
If you're unaware, you're out
Wow.
from first lesson.
Wow.
But each one of them is different training.
Wow. You spoke about mental health with the speedy and this driven, I call it driving,
Yeah.
driven sport career. How do you need, or you can tell us through your own experience, how do you take care of your mind to get that kind of focus?
For me,
Yeah.
it's because when I'm behind the wheel,
Yeah.
that's like my meditation. Once I'm behind the wheel, I'm out of this world. I'm in my own dimension, my own reality. So it just like puts me in this awareness place.
All right.
Yeah, so I didn't even have to work on my awareness.
All right.
Because whatever I do, Aslan, other than racing,
Yeah.
if I'm somewhere, I'm here. Like the only thing I see is, me sitting here talking to you.
Wow.
That's it.
That's it.
This is how I am.
So you can manage to control your mind nicely.
Yeah, that thing I believe that every single person needs. Yeah, because it's all distractions.
Okay. Yeah.
If you sit somewhere and you're thinking about something else, technically you're pulling your past to your present, which will take it to your future.
Yeah. Wow.
So,
all right. So, if we have a young person in Dubai or in UAE who want to get into this sport that you really love a lot, drag racing. I know in another show maybe, because this is not the first and last one, specifically we shall be back to speak about the drag racing itself, and maybe I really want to be into it also. So the young people who are into this sport or they are looking to get into this career, what can you tell them the easier way to get into?
One thing I can say is, whatever you want to do, as long as you're not hurting yourself or anyone else, go for it. It's just the first step that's hard, because it's the step that will take you outside your comfort zone. And once you take that step, there is no going back. Because once you experience something out of your norm, you cannot go back to your boring life.
Wow.
So just make the first step.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can say. And after that, your life begins.
Wow.
After that step, you realize that you have one life and you just started to live.
Wow. So, Hamda, apart from drag racing, I saw you are also into this, you got into the game of golf. And what is your experience? How do you compare, or what can you say about your golf experience?
Golf. You saw me play.
Yeah.
I have only one problem with my vision. Only if I look down in one specific place, I'll see 3. But everything else is fine.
Yeah.
So playing golf was so hard. It gave me a headache the second day, but it was nice because I had to use my brain to take a picture of where the golf is without looking at it, and then swing.
Wow.
So that was a nice experience. I didn't expect that I can do that easily, but I did, and it shocked me honestly, because golf is a nice game.
For me, I was a bit shocked also because you told me you have you can see 3 balls, but anyway you went for it. Your shot was amazing. You could go for it, literally you're looking just slightly aside, and then you could manage to get where the ball is. And of course, you're gonna do it practically later on. But let me say, if people I think the game of golf. Can you say the game of golf is for anyone, whether you can see properly or you cannot see anyhow? How can you talk about the game of golf?
I think anything in life is for everyone. And
Wow.
golf is a nice sport, huh? It has its own techniques and it's fun. Unpredictable sometimes. But it is an interesting game
Yeah.
because it does also include your awareness and focusing.
Wow.
So that's a nice thing. You need to just get this
Yeah.
1 minute only.
Okay. All right. It's okay. I will cut. Don't worry.
كريم مطر بخلص الانترفيو بدقلك زين يلا
She was good, isn't it? She was.
so
Sure.
far good.
Yeah, so no worry, I will cut that one, no worry. So anyway, actually, yeah, thank you. You said the game of golf is for everyone, and you having the issue with the vision, but you went for the golf, and anyway, you could manage to hit the golf ball in a nice way. I also saw someone without one hand, but he was still playing golf in a nice way as well, and therefore I feel like what you're saying is everything can be done by everyone as far as you have the interest or to get to know how. If you have the interest of the sport, you can get into it, isn't it?
Yeah, you need to be humble and actually appear as a student, and then you can start playing. But you cannot like show up having the teaching mentality.
Wow.
That doesn't work here. Even in life, huh?
Wow.
And until today,
Yeah.
I am a student for a lot of things in life. Because I am a mentor in a lot of things in life. But it doesn't mean that I know everything. Everyone starts somewhere. So it's the same thing with golf.
Wow. That's so good. I think you said something very wonderful there. Which
Wise words.
yeah, this is wisdom. This is wisdom.
No, I feel like I'm perfect example
Yeah.
of how much a human can do in life and how not just wise, and how humble or not that, but how much you can get out of life. Yeah, I'm an example of that. I feel like I've done a lot of things in a very short period of time where people think it's not possible, but it is.
Yeah, literally speaking,
Yeah.
at the age of 23, you have done. You are a founder of Hamda Foundation. You are a drifter. You're doing drag racing. You are an entrepreneur. You are so many things in one, and you have appeared in so many competition. If I can tell,